Happy New Year. Welcome to the Unnamed Bodybuilding Podcast with JTH and
Me, that'll be JRX Life, the channel that you're probably watching this on. And we have a quick one for you today, guys. It's a New Year show recorded definitely on New Year. So, what do you want to speak about? We've pre-discussed the topic for this one, actually.
yeah, obviously we had to make it up, but we're talking about New Year's resolution and people joining the gym on New Year's.
New Year gym goers.
Yeah, they're interesting,
What do you think?
but I appreciate it. I think it's a necessary step. Everyone has done it. Everyone has gone to the gym.
People are going to
on
be
New Year's.
asking, where is the old Dr. J? What happened to him? This is not the same person. Like, the facade needs to go. All right.
Fuck new goers, they're taking up the equipment. You just load up 150 kilograms on the bar and just tell them, "Oh yeah, man, I'll spot you. This is everyone does this," and then you just don't lift the bar. You just watch them.
Be better.
You just tell them, "Be better," and then you walk off and you walk back. Mind your own business.
Mind your own business. All right. So we wanted to speak about, actually, on another podcast, like the best beginner exercises, the best beginner splits, like how to join, how to gym.
Oh yeah, that kind of
wanted to
meshes.
speak about that. So what do you think? Because the memes are true. People come in and they have no idea what they're doing, and they fucking go around. They do the Spider-Man stuff, like the meme of the guy flying on the pull down, or
Yeah, they're doing like this with like cables,
yeah.
like wristy twisties. Like, I don't know. Like I said, everyone starts somewhere. You can't just be like a god walking into the gym. You're just walking in C-bum or like Ziz or something like that. But yeah, I think knowing how to do a good split to begin with is one of the most important things.
When did you start training?
I think when I just turned 18.
You had never set foot in a gym before.
Sorry, no. 17, no. Like, the only time that I saw the gym was when I went, like, swimming. And I would go to, like, a hotel and we just use the pool because it was accessible to the public. And there's always a gym. And I always wanted to go in there, but my dad was like, no, we're not allowed to because we only had access to the pool, not to the gym.
The gyro pass.
Yeah, he's like, no, don't go in there. You probably could, but you probably just didn't want, like,
You getting
a
hedged.
neurodivergent like me running around going like with like 20 with like holding a 20-kilogram plate and then just like
Smash yourself with the plate.
yeah, just like literally kill myself because I probably would have been like 12, but I was always interested in going in and doing it.
Is it because of like Johnny Bravo?
Yeah, who doesn't want to be hench? I was a fat kid, as I was constantly reminded. Oh my god.
Jay just looked into the background for any audio listeners, said, "Oh my god," and nothing actually happened.
No, our very special guest, our good friend was messaging. So we know he's alive.
We do. We've actually planned a few guests for the next episodes, and I do wonder how people will feel about this stuff. Because so far it's been me and my boy Jay, just been speaking about what comes to mind, or one of them was a bit more structured than the other. We sometimes structure, most of the time we go off the cuff. Today is very much off the cuff, as we have a very short recording slot available.
Okay. So, oh shit.
A D12.
Let's roll for a fitness check. 1, you get mobbed.
Role-playing games. Do you think people should go and continue playing Dungeons and Dragons, or do you think?
Where is this coming from?
No,
I thought we were doing first timers.
No, hear me out, because this is actually an interesting question, but I just thought of a funny way to present it. So Dungeons and Dragons players, or like Skyrim players, or like I guess nowadays like Fortnite. Should they stop what they do and choose a more productive hobby like the gym? and become Sigma, or do you think it's possible to do both in a healthy manner? That I think is quite an interesting gambit.
It's asking me questions all the time. No, yeah,
There ain't no
no,
other guests, so
no. It makes sense. Like you can do both. You can't not do both. It makes sense that you can, but it's just how you go about it. Like you can't cancel on your boys who host the D&D because that takes shit ton of time of planning, and you can't cancel the gym because then you get no gains. But memeing aside, it's very possible to do both. There's a lot of hours in a day. There's a lot of hours in a week. It's just micromanaging it and making, because you're going to spend one night a week potentially, if not at least a couple nights a week, doing D&D. There's however many nights you're not playing D&D is when you could be going to the gym. So you don't have to stop it outright, but I'd say you can definitely do both. It's whether or not you have like university, a part-time job, gym, all of that shit. Then you've got a lot to juggle. Then potentially you look at your life, you go, out of these four things, what could I cut out? That's probably the first.
does gym count as a hobby, or is it like a lifestyle, do you think? This is like questions that I think people that are debating joining would like to know the answer to, because they are literally about to either make a massive commitment, or they're going to be like every like 90%. That seems to be the case, where somebody will just get gifted a gym membership or decide it's their new year resolution and either stop going or give up after what seems to be 2 or 3 weeks. There's this like meme in the fitness community that people come in and they just ruin it for all the actual Chad gym goers like ourselves by not knowing how to use the machines, not asking for help, acting obnoxious, just being generally stupid and unknowledgeable and antisocial, I suppose, in such a way that they don't understand what that you put. For example, put the dumbbells back on the rack, which should be self-explanatory, but they'll just leave them and walk away onto another machine and think, "Oh yeah, that's what the cleaning stuff's for, mate." You know, like.
So that's, to be fair, I think that's more the veterans.
Very long way, yeah, of course, yeah. But there's like the weight collector Larrys, you know, out there. But new goers, you see them making mistakes all the time, but that's fine. But there's like the stigma of them just kind of being like, it's like they almost come for a joke and they treat it like a joke, and that ruins it for the hardcore guys. They're like, I'm just waiting for my bench because my girlfriend left me, you know. What do you think?
I think it depends on your attitude. If you're just going because your friends dragged you along, you don't really give a shit, or like you said, you were gifted it and you're just going because, well, it's better than wasting it. That's kind of the wrong mindset. There's nothing wrong with failing to begin with or not knowing what to do. Everyone starts off not knowing what to do. You all kind of just do what feels right. And as long as you're not disrespectful about it, say, for example, you walk in and you're like, this is my first time here. Don't be rude. Let me take my time. Like, just like, no, this is a public gym. We all pay for it. Like, just let me do my workout. But I think the real question is whether or not it's the responsibility for the average gym goer to walk up to someone and give them advice, because it can kind of seem rude. You kind of just, they're doing their own thing. You're walking up, yeah, bro, you're actually doing that wrong. Here, let me show you how to bench 220. And it's like, it just kind of seems like they're either bragging or they're kind of just calling you stupid.
You can't even see the outline of my arm.
As I say, it's kind of just blocked out by the sofa, so it's just like a thin just stick.
It's a thin stick, and then just my hand coming out then.
But like this, I think it's very important for people to be able to just go to the gym and not feel like, some of the most friendly people you will ever meet is in the gym. A lot of people, I feel like they don't want to go because they're scared of being judged. And if you goof up, yeah, you're probably going to have a couple of people looking at you, but there's probably so many people thinking, God, why can't I just deadlift this? Or why can't I, like, why did I fail this squat? Or why did I, they're so focused on their own problems, they're not going to really care. They might just laugh because they'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I was there once.
But see how you mentioned like the gym bro saying, oh, well, this is how you bench 100 kilos and, oh, I'm huge and shit. I even though that's really awkward to experience, I've learned a lot of stuff from random guys just telling me I'm doing it
Oh
wrong.
yeah,
And it's not like they'll even ask you, do you want to hear some advice? Like, yeah, so just load up the plates like this, and this is what you gotta do. And it's like, who asked? Yeah, so this is how you do it, and and blah blah blah.
yeah.
And
I
sometimes,
can remember the very first
yeah.
time was that big Ivan guy with the tank top. I remember when we were all
Yeah,
benching.
absolutely
Yeah, we
huge.
were all benching, and he just walks over, this massive dude, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you want to plant your feet and you want your hands like this." And I thought he was gonna ask and get the fuck off this
Yeah,
bench,
yeah,
but
yeah.
no.
But suddenly you become more powerful. You just gain like
Yeah,
skills, and I suppose
you learn the form.
the gym seems to be the only place where gatekeeping doesn't seem to be a phenomenon that occurs.
Because there's
There,
really no reason to kind of
well,
hold that with
apart
that
from
information.
apart from the biggest gatekeeping, which is anabolics use, but we're keeping it light for this newer content, so
Yeah,
we're just gonna gloss over that like every other guy in the industry, and
no
demonetized,
anabolics.
and demonetized. Anyway, yeah, but apart from that obvious one, there seems to be absolutely no gatekeeping in the gym. Nobody is hiding the best exercises. They're like, if someone even like even the other day, a guy came up because I don't know, we were just doing legs, we were training legs, and the guy came up and he was like, I don't know what he wanted. He was like, guys, sorry, but can I borrow some straps?
All
And
right,
I
yeah.
just gave it to him, like no questions asked. Yeah, here you go. Literally, like, gave it like a choice. In fact, I offered Jay
Yeah,
straps.
we had like
In fact,
we had
I
three
offered Jay
straps.
straps without Jay even like acknowledging that he could take his. I said, yeah, you can have the figure of 8, so you can have those straight ones. And the straight ones were
Yeah,
Jack's. They weren't even mine to offer up.
just
So I
it's just
just was
whatever.
like, that's just what you do in the gym. And the thing is, nobody will judge you for it. It's really weird. It's like, Planet Fitness says the judgment-free zone, I suppose, that specific gym or whatever. But I think they are genuinely quite. There's no place quite like it. There's a mutual respect from like the avid gym goers, but like when the noobs go for like more than a week, I think they get the vibe. They get the general. It's like a self-improvement thing. Nobody actually cares about what you're doing unless you're being obnoxious or an asshole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's weird because a lot of people kind of try and treat it like it's, I guess, like a game or like I don't know how to describe it. Or rather than treat it like a lifestyle or a hobby, you should treat it like work or university. You should treat it as you go in, you do your thing, and you leave. And
It's depressing.
I'm kind of trying. Yeah, it's
That's so
depressing, but that's what I
depressing to
mean. Like,
think about. One of like
I'm
the
trying to
funnest
figure
things I do.
because a lot of people go to the gym and they think, oh, motivation versus discipline is kind of the biggest way I can put it. Because a lot of people will have huge motivation and they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna run 5K. I'm gonna do my weightlifting, and they'll do that for maybe 2 3 days, and they lose all motivation because they don't see any results. And the big thing is discipline. Like that's why I hope you can kind of see where I'm coming from. Where regardless of the outcome, you should just keep doing it and then you will reap the rewards. It's like work. Yeah, payday's another month away, but you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna get a fat stack.
Yeah, that's quite well put, actually. Aside from depends where you're working, because you may
Yeah.
you may get no fat sacks.
Yeah, if you're working at
Yeah,
like the
then
good old days.
yeah, or like you're working Wendy's or whatever for Americans.
Or the
I'm a
sorry,
American too.
the unnamed fast food
the unnamed fast
the unnamed fast food
the
restaurant.
unnamed fast food joint that we worked at. I'm actually gonna bleep that out because, bro, corporate will be powerful. It's not even funny how much they can do
They will
to
bring us down.
It's not
like a
funny
sack of taters.
how much they would do in the future. I reckon if we like pop off, they'd be like, "Well, actually, you leaked what oil we use, so it's over for you."
You said our work conditions were shit. We're actually going to ban you because that is unacceptable. Our
Yeah.
work conditions are entirely
Are
safe
tremendous.
and humane.
Do you know what was horrible about working at the unnamed fast food joint? Just the fact there was grease on the floor everywhere, and like the shoes that you would wear there. Literally, it's worse than like
I had to get like
it's
full-on
the
work
worst.
boots.
Yeah, it's so bad. Right, on the lighter topic, I'm trying to conjure a response to what you had just said prior to the unnamed fast food joint that we
Fast
worked
food
at.
joint.
Yeah, but I want to speak about this. I find it quite depressing that people would treat it like work, and I suppose it's even called working out, so the connotation is there
Yeah.
already from the beginning. But when you associate, it's almost like training a dog, I suppose. When you train a dog, you want to associate good actions with rewards. So you want to fire off his dopamine and endorphins when you give him like food, like treats when he does things that you associate with being
Yeah.
good. So the dog doesn't understand that it's good. The dog understands that sitting down is a free infinite food glitch. So that's why the dog does those actions, and that's his motivation, is to go and sit down in order to get food, because they're very simple. They just get driven by food and sex and sleep or whatever, which I suppose is true to humans for some extent as well. But when you just associate
we're weird.
when you associate the gym or working out with just work, then I can see how
Yeah.
that's not fun. But when you associate it
That's
with
why my
like
analogy
good
kind of
results,
drops
maybe.
off.
Well, no, it's. But you're right, though, because those are the people that are going to leave instantly. Those are
Yeah.
the people that I believe just come in and they go and like don't even bother to learn. And you know what actually annoys me even more is there's like trying and guessing to do stuff, but there's people that will just completely believe that they know what they're doing, come in, screw around, and then be done. Because the gym is one of these things that you can kind of discover yourself, I think, reasonably
It's
enough
just
without hurting
doing.
yourself. You could just go up to the machines and do what the little man tells you to, right? You know, the little man on the machines. Some of them
Yeah, or
have the
even just
little,
videos
little
online.
drawing. And then there's the types that go and do the research, the science-based lifters. And do you know what? If you're new and you haven't started lifting yet, being a science-based lifter might be the way to start, because you'll come in and you'll be doing bench at perfect form within weeks compared to another guy that still can't bench properly over 2 years because he's just been putting plates on and getting strong or whatever. But I think that might be a way to stop being the annoying type of new year gym goer, is to be prepared, I suppose, as a science-based lifter. But there's another thing. A lot of people join the gym and they will not even touch the weight room. What do you think about that?
Oh, well, like the free weights.
No, they just won't touch the weights. They won't touch the machines.
Oh,
They
I
won't
see.
touch.
Just do like cardio.
Yeah,
Basically.
they'll get a gym membership just to do what they can do already in the park. Now, there's nothing against
Yeah.
that, but it's very interesting to me why people would do it. It's suppose it would be like going to like a horse riding class or like club, but only being interested in like taking care of the horse, but not doing the riding, or something like
Yeah.
that. I can't really associate with another sport like that has two like separate big components.
The only argument I can see is because I get this as well, like shin splints when you're running, so a treadmill or an elliptical, they're awful. I get really bad shin splints. But I guess your counter argument is
It's
just go on
It's the
Facebook Marketplace.
Do you have back pumps
get
as well?
D-ball and VAR.
Do you have back pumps as well? Because, you know, that's a Debo talking to shin splints on the back pumps.
Yeah, it's just I'm just sitting here and I'm like just heavy breathing. I don't know if the microphone can pick that up.
Yeah, it can.
Oh shit! But yeah, basically, yeah, get a bike second hand, get an elliptical. I mean, I just went with my dad today. He bought one, like I'll ask him for the brand, but it's like a decent quality brand, £100. They're you look anywhere else, they're like 350 quid.
Yeah.
So you find the right one in Marketplace. Even just like a treadmill, just get like a walking in the place treadmill. So instead of like, say for example, sitting down and watching TV, just pop on that like little, you know, like the tiny ones you have for like walking desks.
The mini ones. Yeah, I've never.
Yeah.
You know, talk about those mini ones. The most I don't really care for those, but what I do care for is playing VR on that 8-way like roller mat that you can run.
Oh yeah,
You get strapped
those,
in.
Those shit looks insane.
That looks insane. Imagine like editing a video while it's just like being in the running VR thing.
I always find it funny though, because I'll try and I don't know how you'd be able to get this image up on the thing.
Oh, I can get it. Yeah.
But like every time I see it, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be take a little bit of time, but just like
can you
discuss
send
what
it?
I was.
Can you send it to me on Snapchat Web? It'll be much faster to bring up the image that way. Because I'll just slap
Okay.
on. I'll just slap it on. I'll click open image. Because on Discord it'll just be like, oh yeah, bro. It's just gonna leak like all our chats and stuff, so we don't want them to know our secret plans.
Oh, of course. But yeah, continue with what we were just talking about earlier while I figure out like what I think those gaming things are kind of like. Every time I see those, like, you know, those, like you said, where you get strapped in and then they're like running and they can run in game. It just reminds me of this.
Wait, let me see. I'm opening it up so people can see. Internet's slow today. New Year. Anybody else experiences at New Year, Christmas time, internet just.
Yeah, it's just one of these basically.
Wait. I'm trying to open it up. Wait a second. Okay, here we go. Oh man, can unnamed guys stop spamming the chat, bro? Yeah, this is what Jay is speaking of. I've got on the screen right now. Fully say that reminds me of the VR, like walking about, oh, like the baby walker things. That's insane.
Oh, baby walker, of course, that's it.
Well, I don't know if that's what it's called. I just called it that because that's what I would assume it's called.
I mean, it basically is. Like, look, I'll fucking get the image of. Look, that's the gaming one, and then that's the look. They're the exact same. It's just a grown-up version.
I know that, but the weirdest thing just happened. My clock on my phone, because I'm using it to time how long we have left, just switched from 29 to 30 back to 29. Like a minute just got added to time. I suppose that's it syncing to make it look nice and pretty to like the atomic clocks that clocks sync to. I suppose that must be like an update it did, but they weren't smart enough to just code it in a way that it would just prolong 1 minute. But then again, maybe they don't want to be held responsible for someone that, if they're doing like a challenge using their clock, like how long can I hold my breath in the water in the sink for? And then they see that it hasn't even been a minute yet. Okay, that's actually our recording time over. I have to leave for an important event. So Loki, you leave you on that. Don't use your clock for timing important things like testing your breath in your sink, because you might hurt yourself.
It's like those like hold your breath challenge with your friends, and they're timing it, and they're like, I want to beat him, and then they're just like stuck under there.
Don't do it, man. Oh god, happy new year everyone, and those are some tips. Those are some tips on how not to be one of those new year assholes that get put on a Joey Swole video within the first time of joining. Just literally do your research, be a science-based lifter for the first amount, and try everything. And just when people speak to you, don't be an asshole, because they're probably trying to help. You don't have to go around speaking to people. They'll just come to you, quite literally. They'll come to you like, yo, bro, this is how you lift. It's just kind of how it is.
Only if you're struggling, not to like invoke fear that people will just be like, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They will only do it if you struggle.
Yeah. Jesus, that outro is a minute long. Something's up with my clock. That wasn't a minute. Right, iPhone 15, get your stuff fixed.
It's broken.
Yeah.
I suppose, should we do the next podcast, talk about starter splits then?
Yeah. All right, was that it? Okay. Did we say bye?
I think so. We can do it again and then just
sit
trim that a little bit.
No, just look at it and go, bye.